in the past, you've said that you would not take campaign donations from oil companies.
From big oil. Yeah.
Have you taken any money so far from the natural gas industry?
Yes, we did.
Why is that? Why the differential?
Well, part of it is the interest that we have in common in doing the right things for Northeast and Central Pennsylvania, and indeed the country. One of the reasons I did not sign on to the energy bill, didn't vote for the cap and trade bill, is because it didn't do very much at all. In fact, almost nothing to promote natural gas drilling for our region. If you read the bill, there's not much there. And we're talking about one of the cleanest forms of energy in the world, and it didn't really do much to promote that. So, that's something that is, I think, important to understand from a legislative perspective, that we have a common interest here.
No concern that you're taking money from a company that is in your district that a lot of people are not in favor of or not understanding right now?
Well, look, I don't know that I would characterize a lot of people are not in favor of it.
In your own home township, there's concern, obviously, because of
Sure.
How do you deal with that?
Like I said, everything in balance, Andrew. If I'm going to err, I'm going to err on the side of clean water. And by the way, the gas companies understand that. That's not they get that. And they say that they want to have clean water. They are concerned. If you're to believe them, that they are interested in having a good relationship with everybody with whom they do business. So that's part of the relationship.
What is a rural infrastructure development fund? You have a proposal that would increase or that would create this fund?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, bring people up to speed. This is a jobs creation.
It is. Correct? It's a jobs creation idea that to not only fix the transportation infrastructure, but the communications infrastructure as well. We need to get rural broadband into Northeast and Central Pennsylvania. We made, when I talk to businesses who are thinking of relocating here, the one thing that they're really concerned about is their ability to be on the web and their ability to access information quickly, and like people in major urban areas. If we can do that, that is a huge job generator. I mean, never mind just the building of the backbone of the broadband, but what it means in terms of being able to connect businesses. Small businesses that already exist will be able to become more efficient and more competitive, and it attracts others from coming in here. Look, you guys got to understand, the one thing we have is a work ethic that many people haven't seen before. Northeast and Central Pennsylvania just has that old school work ethic, and companies who relocate here get it. They see it. That's one of the first things they mention to me when they talk to me about relocating to our part of the world. We got to be able to capitalize on that. So this initiative would help do that.
Well, it's interesting you mentioned that, because not too many weeks ago there was a group that met in the area, and they were starting to hear things the opposite, that the workforce doesn't show up to work.
Was that right? Yeah, I had never heard that.
Particular, I think. Am I
Which
younger generations?
Which industry was that?
Multiple. That would be the heads of the Chambers of Commerce from Hazleton, Pittston, Wilkes-Barre, down.
Andrew, I honestly have not heard that ever. I should probably have a conversation with those folks then. But from folks in our district, at least, I haven't heard that. I hope that's not the case. I hope we haven't gotten to a point in this country where people shirk their responsibilities.
So talk to us about this fund. Where does the money come from to create this, and what is your vision for the fund?
Well, we need to start identifying places within the budget where we can pull some dollars. The fund doesn't have to be enormous. It doesn't have to be hundreds of billions of dollars. If it's a few $1 million, that gets it started. It is to identify the parts of the district, that make sense to start building the spine of the nervous system of the broadband, and then identifying where we can connect those companies. Certainly in Susquehanna County and Bradford County, Sullivan County, places like that where you don't have consistent cell service. Never mind, in fact, in my house in Dimmock, I don't have cell service, which is sometimes a blessing, to be honest. But for some reason, my kids are able to chat with their friends on their little devices. I don't know how that works, but different system, I guess. But it's then to do the sorts of outreach to companies that it would make sense to locate here. And I mentioned earlier the green energy jobs, the alternative energy jobs. A lot of folks are looking here at that partly because of the wind. We have a consistent wind supply here. Things like guys like EthosGen, the companies like EthosGen, who are using their brains to create alternative energy through switchgrass. 100,000 gallons of ethanol per acre of switchgrass per year that they're able to create. That sort of thing. Using the sort of the wasteland from the coal dumps and that sort of thing to convert that into useful sources of solar energy or geothermal energy or whatever. So, and those are the kinds of things we want to do. Those are the kinds of jobs of the future, by the way. So that's an example of where a relatively little bit of government money as a starter can really blossom into something enormous.
That's a district program, not a national program.
Well, it's aimed at our region, but it would be a national. The intent is for it to be national.